Nerd Lag Game Club.
Welcome to the Nerd Lag Game Club podcast, the podcast where we play games instead of reading books. I'm Corey, and I'm joined by 4 party members today. Lauren.
Hey.
Tonsa.
What's up?
Tony.
Hello, I'm a robot.
And Dan Boy.
Hello.
In this episode of the Game Club, we're solving a murder on an island with a bunch of mysteries and playing 2020's Paradise Killer. Paradise Killer was developed by Kaizen Gameworks and published by Fellow Traveler. Hello, Traveler! This is Kaizen...
Hello, Traveler!
This is Kaizen Gameworks' only game, and a lot of thought was put into it when they created it. Before we get any further into Paradise Killer, I want to give the spoiler warning. This isn't even a recommendation. If you have any intentions of playing this game, do not listen to this quite yet. Pause, go play the game, come back. This was our game for June, and I'm going to give a brief summary of the story for Paradise Killer. Paradise Killer follows Lady Lovedye as she comes out of exile after 3 million days. She is a hardcore detective, and she is sent to Island 24 to solve the murder of all the councilmen. The game is played as a detective story in an open-world adventure. The world is 3D, and you have to search for evidence and clues as you go. You can finish this game in under 10 minutes, but it is way more effective to collect evidence to, actually have evidence to support your claims when you go to trial. And that's pretty much it, without getting too into it right off the rip.
Yeah, that's the non-spoiler way of describing it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Each episode, we break up the main points of the game between us, and starting with gameplay mechanics, Tonsa is going to tell us about those for Paradise Killer.
So in my head, the whole movement and everything, the way like the field of view did, it reminded me of like a Doom-esque kind of game. But the gameplay of this is just it's a walk around, jump, collect. It has like crackdown like elements of like collecting the orbs, but they're money. Eventually along the line, which took me a little too long, is you bathe in like foot baths and you get abilities, and you could double jump, dash, and meditate to show where all the collectibles are. But other than that, it's mainly just interacting with evidence, clues, and with evidence and clues, it's usually hacking into computers. It's used with like symbols, like goats, cosmos, pyramids, and worship. And then you're interacting with people. As you can either hang out with them to get a little like affection bonus to asking questions, and discuss case files and evidence, or just leave them. That's basically it, I would think, right?
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of running around.
Run, jump in, and once you get the dash ability, it makes the game like so much better.
There's some minor puzzle elements too. Like there's certain things that you have to figure out, like the pattern of which you should need to hit buttons to get the crane to work.
True.
But they're pretty minor, and there's not that many of them.
But say they're really few. I'd say the puzzle aspects of this game are very short, because even like at first I thought the computer stuff was going to be like more complicated than it got easier, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you a picture and you just have to match
it
the
up.
silhouettes.
And like sometimes they don't even they didn't like change in their motion either. They'd be like in the same location. So it's like, oh, if I got this one, like I was like, I wonder if there's an achievement for finishing this as fast as possible. There was not.
Yeah, the only one that was weird for the puzzle, like the hacking into computers, was the worship one.
Yeah, or the worship, yeah.
Because it would show like a person, and then it would be like, I don't know, there was a person within the person or something. I don't know.
How would you draw this as a stick figure?
Yeah,
is how I would like to describe that.
I know Dan mentioned the worshipped ones.
Yeah, that was probably the only one. Like, because even the Cosmos, like, it'd be like half moon, so you get like one piece, the star or something, and it was like, oh, okay. Yeah. But when I first did it, it took a minute because like you only had the goat and you had like all these variations of it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I felt like it got, like I said, it got easier.
You speedrun them.
Yeah, it was like at the point where like, boop, boop,
But all right, so next up is Lauren, and she's going to tell us about all the art and design, like
There's a lot.
visual design for Paradise
So much.
Killer.
There's so much. It's good.
All right, let's see. The creative director is Ollie Clark Smith. In the article, like interviews I found, they just refer to him as Clark Smith. He worked on Until Dawn and Man of Medan.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's never done game art before, so in the beginning he was working on it himself, and he said the saturation levels were super high, to where he described it as aggressively neon. Then Rachel Noy, who is the art director and an 3D environment artist, is the one who played with the lighting to soften the shadows and all the other stuff. She worked on other games such as Assassin's Creed Chronicles, Fable Legends, Battlefield Firestorm, and some other ones.
Oh.
Clark Smith is the one who came up with the idea of leaning into the influence of Japanese city pop for the UI. So like bright blues, pinks, yellows. He said that they took a lot of like album covers and tried to find a way to make that work for like their idea behind it, which I thought was kind of cool. The characters are 2D while the world is 3D. They describe it as like Danganronpa. Shinji is who they used as basically like their mascot. He's a bright blue demon with a foxy face. Cube head, who is giving a double middle finger to the world. They wanted to make
hold on. His
Go
dick is also out. It's just
Yeah.
censored.
Yeah, it's censored. So they wanted to make a type of mascot that they thought no digital storefront would allow them to put pictures of. So that's how they came up with them. And the last thing I got is they said a significant influence for the characters was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where characters are, and quote, acting like everyone looks like them, and they're all freaks.
Oh man! Now that you said that, I see that.
It also
Anytime
made.
you
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say like the Grand Marshal, where like she poses every time she says something, she does the point and like grabs her face, and I was like, that looks like JoJo.
Yep.
They also play into that because everyone calls you investigator freak.
Yep. So I thought that stuff that I found I thought was really cool. They used the experience of or the influence of like games and shows that they really liked and kind of went. And they said in an interview they basically were like, we've worked in other studios and on other games where they were very like they kept them in a creative box. So they were like, no, like, that's not what's super popular. And they said they just went all out. They dumped their whole savings into this and they expected like 3 people to buy it. But they were like, we don't care. Like, we're making it as crazy as we want to. And they're really surprised at how well it was received. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely lives up to that. And it's very neon.
Yeah.
Anything of importance is like a bright pink.
Mm-hmm.
Usually,
Yeah.
like anything you can open or interact with is usually like this bright pink that just stands out. There's a lot of like lighting that's pretty bright in like what you said, like the blues and stuff.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I liked the way it looked.
I think it looked good. I think that was one of its like cooler aspects. And like they littered the world with like stuff to make you go through the whole world.
Oh, for sure.
I think that helped a lot.
All right. Dan's up next, and he's going to tell us about the sound design and music for Paradise Killer.
So I feel like for the sound design, there wasn't like too much really going on. For the most part, it was just kind of your music that was kind of playing the whole time. Like you'd have like voice acting from some of the characters, like here and there, just a little bit. Like they wouldn't say like their full like dialogue or anything. They'd just kind of tell you the brief summary of their dialogue points.
Yeah.
Most of the music in it though is, I want to describe it more like an 80s kind of feel to it. I don't know.
Like vaporwave.
Yeah, it's like all
I
kind
was
of
listening to, like, Young
vaporwave
Lean.
kind of.
Like a
Sure.
young
But yeah, you find your music through these broadcast towers. Like you'd find like a little tape deck kind of sitting on it, and then you'd pick it up, and then it'd add it to your music. That would just kind of shuffle through while you're just playing the game. I don't know. There's kind of some sounds of like the waves of the water, the waterfalls. It made a little bit of noise. That's kind of it.
It was.
The collectibles all made noise, like if you got near them, and then there was like some announcement.
Oh,
type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Our phones would like ring. So there was like sound design. It just wasn't like a crazy amount.
Yeah, yeah. Your
wa-
collectibles, whenever you'd find them, they'd kind of give like a distorted feel, like they didn't belong in the world.
Yeah,
Like they were like an anomaly, kind of.
Yeah, the blood crystals and stuff made that like
Yeah.
noise when you were near one, which was cool because then you kind of know like, hey, there's something by me.
Yeah.
I made collecting like that and like the meditation, like just between the visual cues of that and then the sound, it's like you kind of can't miss stuff. It just becomes like you're collecting a lot if you want to collect it all.
Well, some of it I think is
Yeah.
like this doesn't relate to sound, but it's hard to get to certain things sometimes. Like you have to go like a convoluted path to get over to something to collect it, and you got to kind of figure out your way up. I found like later in the game, I had a whole section of the map that I'd never even been in, and I was like, how is that even possible?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it actually gave me like more evidence and up to an area that I needed to get to, so it worked out in my favor. But overall, the music's it kept me like entertained. I didn't like mute it and listen to something else.
I thought it was good.
All right, so now we are going to open up the floor and talk about anything that made an impact. Before we dive too far into this, I do want to go around and kind of know what's your guys' favorite character out of all the ones that you interact with.
Bartender, the red skeleton.
Sammy boy.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
I really liked Henry just because he was an asshole all the time. Anytime you talk to him, he'd be like, "What the fuck do you want?"
What did you guys know there was like a mature rating like in the settings?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
don't turn that on though, you don't like I don't remember what he's like. I think he just says like what do you want? But like as soon as you turn it on, it's all he says.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah, I loved it.
And I like turned it on, I was like, oh
yeah, when you're like, did you see this person? He's like, how fuck would I know? And I'm like, whoa, okay, man. You're hell of aggressive right now.
honestly, my favorite character is probably Bear Chan.
The
The
dog.
little dog.
Little
I love the little dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Marshall was cool. I liked her like style. I couldn't like everybody's style was really cool.
Goat Tits was pretty cool. The lady with the
Goat
goat
Tits.
face.
Yeah, that's all I figured.
Yeah.
Crimson.
Crimson
Crimson
Acid.
Red.
Yeah.
What about you, Lauren?
I liked Crimson Red. I liked Lydia. She is an assassin, and I thought that was pretty cool. That was like her backstory. And I mean, I really like the main character. I like
Yeah.
Lady Left Eyes a lot. I thought her character was good, and there was a lot of like back and forth with her and the doctor, where like he's like trying to seduce her, and she's just like maybe later.
I love
He's
the
like-
doctor.
Yeah, the doctor was very interesting.
Doom. Oh god, what's his name?
Dr. Doom.
Or DJ. DJ. What is it? It's
Dr. Doom Jazz.
Yeah, Dr. Doom
Yeah.
Jazz.
Doom Jazz.
That is
Yeah.
my favorite character because
No.
I
he's
actually really like Shinji too.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
roaming demon.
Yeah, I loved him.
I love it.
One Last Kiss was pretty good too. Like a ghost lady.
Oh,
She just popped
yeah.
up.
I never spoke to her. Not a single.
Oh.
What?
How'd
Did you find her?
No.
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh yikes.
Wait, the first. Does she not just pop up the first time, or did you just never go find her after?
I literally never went and found her at all.
But she popped up though, like
No, I didn't
No.
see her. Not at all.
at all.
Not
I
a
was just
single
walking. I thought it was just like a part of the game.
oh, that's
That she-
crazy.
Weird.
That's
I
like a
did not read-
whole section that Lauren.
Yeah,
missed.
that's a big section.
Yeah.
I completely missed it. But to be fair, I literally played almost all this game last night, and then
I-
for the last like 2 or 3 hours
I
today.
played it straight yesterday. Straight.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
was
I
trying.
did Thursday. Played it straight through.
So on the flip side of that, do you have a least favorite character? One that you couldn't stand?
Oh, what was his name? The guy on top of one of the buildings. He had the scripture,
Witness.
the witness dude. Yeah,
The dude with the mask?
yeah, the dude with the mask that was always talking about like these zealots and shit like that. And,
the gods.
yeah, I didn't care for him all that much.
My least favorite character is Yuri.
Same.
Yeah, just like
I
that.
can't
Both those guys.
stand him. I don't mind Witness so much. I'm kind of indifferent to him, but like Yuri, it was like just
That
the
cocky
worst,
prick.
man. There's a
Yeah,
worst
like-
character. Like
Yeah.
he's fine. Like he does what he needs to do, but I just every time I had to go talk to him, I'm like fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Same.
But all right, now the floor's open. Anything that made an impact to you guys? Anything you want to talk about?
I want to know your guys' ending because I guarantee you I had a completely different ending.
That's weird.
The ending is only dictated by who you convict for each crime.
Exactly. I want to know your guys' ending because
You just-
I did it completely fucking different. I guarantee you I did it completely different.
I figured we'd come down to like more of the same because after evidence.
Okay, so who'd you guys convict then?
Well,
Of what?
For what?
For what crime?
For the murder? Who was your for the murder?
Which murder? There's like 10 murders.
Yeah, because your trial depends
I-
on like how far
I
you get into
understand
things.
that.
There's like 7 trials that
I
you do.
convicted like
How many people did you convict?
a lot.
I only
lot?
had the
6.
doctor left.
You only had the doctor.
Oh,
left?
shit.
man.
You killed.
I almost did the full genocide, but there was no reason to convict the doctor. I felt like he was truthful for most of it.
So let me bring up like
Oh,
what's
well,
the
Henry
trials worth?
Henry was alive at the end,
Yeah, Henry.
and one last
So-
kiss.
So in my story, the last person I executed was Lydia, the black chick. Or no, it wasn't her. She disappeared in my game because I was heading to her last because I killed the bartender, which she was having relations with. And then once I was like, oh, can I kill the judge? So I went up to see if I could kill the judge. I couldn't kill the judge. He just gives you dialogue, and then that's it. So that made me go back to my car. And then after that, it was like, oh, Lydia disappeared. She's out plotting her revenge against you for you killing her mistress. And then the cut screen, and then game screen rolls. That was the end of my game.
Whoa,
That was different than mine.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's completely different.
Wow.
I only saved the doctor, and he sinks his yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to try to remember who all these characters are. I had the doctor guy, I had Crimson, I had Henry, and I had One Last Kiss or whatever her name is.
That was mine.
So my last ones are, like I said, the doctor, one last kiss because I forgot that was a character, Henry, and the killer demon.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he's dead.
He's
He-
already dead, but I didn't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like there wasn't any reason. I
You
didn't.
can't convict the
yeah.
thing. Like, he just was there. Like, I mean, he was used.
Yeah. So, I guess we could start there. The guy, I can't remember what his initials is, like KHX or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Who did you say killed him? Because I fucked up on this part. I made the wrong
Oh.
choice in my opinion.
Yuri.
See, I went with Crimson there because I had the most
Oh.
evidence against her.
Yeah,
Yuri as well.
yeah. I had a bunch of evidence with her, but one, I didn't like him, and then he had his like ring, and he didn't let boats go. So I was like, oh, he knows there's something over there.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
went about
She-
that too.
There was a lot of evidence against her, but a lot of it went exactly with what her story was. It's like, oh, you found like her hair there. It's like, well, she said she
Well,
was
she was
basically in a relationship with him.
yeah, she
So
was
like that
seducing him for
could
the
be
key.
there.
Like she
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
She told you.
So I thought it like I seen all those evidence, but I thought in a way like if there was a struggle, maybe he would have ripped out some of her hair.
They just had rough sex, man.
And he only grabbed her.
Um, so I wanted to I should have switched it, but I had already like prosecuted Yuri for something else, and I was like,
I did him both. I did him for the convincing Henry to become demonic or whatever for giving him the
Yep,
boat.
I did him for
Yep,
both
yep.
too.
I fucking hated that guy, so it was cool with doing
Yeah.
all that. I'm trying to find a list of the.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding a list of the characters.
So did you guys find Carmela's son?
Yeah.
What?
Dog.
Wait, Carmelo.
What's
Carmela,
it-
the girl with the dog.
Yeah, she,
The
Oh
architect.
yeah.
the architect.
I
don't know what it,
whatever
I
his
can't. I
name
don't
I
is.
remember what his
can't.
name
Couldn't
is.
pronounce his name, and then when the judge said it at the end, I was like, "That's how you say."
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
So her son is who I was like. He killed the council.
Yeah. Well, he's partial.
Like there's the conspiracy with everyone else, but he was the one that actually like when the judge
Yeah,
asked
yeah.
you like who held the knife, I was like that motherfucker held the knife.
Oh yeah, the secret
Yeah.
killer or
and
whatever.
then he got shot for it.
Mhm.
Yep.
But that part was really weird, and I was still kind of unsure about everything.
Th-
And then I
until
found
that
him.
point-
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, everything's clear now. I understand it all.
See, that's why I was kind of like, I was talking to Dan a little bit before this. Was just like, I really thought that we were all gonna have like very different things, but then after the evidence, I was like, oh, if you gathered everything, we're gonna have like a kind of similar, like story wise, like the way the trials are set up. But I mean, obviously, I mean, you just said you felt like you screwed up
Yeah, like
for
once.
picking Crimson at the Crimson.
Yeah, I mean, it just I had so much evidence against her that I was just like, yeah, maybe something will come out at the end because like when you start convicting people and they're like turning on each other,
Yeah.
I was expecting
yeah.
that something to happen there that would like put her in the scene, but then it didn't happen. And I was like, oh damn, I think I fucked up.
Do you mind if we go through like each little trial thing?
Yeah, do you have a
all we-
list of them?
Do you
I was
have
trying
a
to.
list?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do that.
All right. So the first one is Henry's escape. Like
Wait,
whenever he breaks out.
Okay,
Yeah.
Grand Marshal,
Yeah, that's what.
Yep.
Yeah.
because her phone records.
She was also like playing so dumb, like.
Yep.
Also, she always threatened to kill me, and I was like, I'm gonna kill her.
That's the JoJo pose. That's the JoJo thing. I'm gonna kill you, like, or whatever she said, or you'll die, or whatever. And she points at you and puts it in her head. I see it now. Now you mentioned JoJo, I can't unsee it.
And then she snuck like Henry through the barracks.
Yep. Hence why he saw the statue or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
remember the name of that statue.
Midnight something, Lady
So-
Midnight.
Yeah, but it's only found in the barracks.
right.
Yeah.
And they don't take prisoners through that area,
Yep.
so he would have had no reason to see it unless somebody took him through there, and she's the only one that has access to it.
Yep.
And on the bridge where he quote unquote broke the bars,
Oh.
it was explosives.
It's like it was like
Yeah.
67% thermite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, you wouldn't have got like. There's a part where they talk about demons not getting like super strength. Like,
Huh.
I don't remember who.
Well, I
Either
think
the
it was.
doctor or
It just depended. Like sometimes they would have super strength. Like it just depended on the demon. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure is
maybe.
how that went.
I don't remember how they worded that.
But besides that, it wouldn't still have like thermite like residue
And
from a
then,
demon.
She had no alibi. You broke her alibi.
and then
Yeah.
Henry, you did the timer. I don't know if you did that. Like he couldn't have got from the
Oh.
isolation chamber, like South Island,
To the council.
council building through all the seals within the time frame of the murder. So I was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely her.
Yeah.
So that was mine.
Same.
And then after that, you go through the trial of Henry's demonic possession.
Yuri,
Yeah, I think we all picked Yuri.
Yeah, I think so.
because he's the only one that has access to the library, like with all the
Yep.
demonology
All the-
books.
Yep.
He's also a piece of shit. So.
Yeah, fuck that dude. If I
Yup.
could accuse him for something, that's
Hey,
probably why I
was
jumped the
killing him
gun, man.
regardless.
Yeah, that's why I like jumped the gun on it, man. Was Yuri your choice, Tony, Lauren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I knew that he was the only one that had access to the library, I executed that asshole.
Yeah, that zone's pretty cool though, where you like get the safe number from Henry and then you find the book inside.
Yeah,
I like that
Yep.
area like a lot.
the dead zone, like with the. I really like. It's off topic. The pop machines.
Oh yeah, where you have
Like,
to.
They kept trying to hack into your shit. Like the
Yep.
ones that are like locked up, like Angel One, let me give you a blessing or whatever. And your thing's like he's trying to put a virus.
And you're like, get
Yeah.
out of here, man. What's the next one, Dan?
It's the murder of Grace Bloodlines, which
Oh.
is that whole thing whenever Henry, the Grand Marshal, and Camilla are all there.
That's when you find out Grand Marshal like going against protocol and seeing that guy or whatever it was.
Yeah, well, she gets that message that's not encrypted from Carmela or whatever
it's
her
like,
name is.
Leave us alone or leave whatever.
Like she tells her to leave the room, and then Henry's demon doesn't take control of him to kill her. So then Carmela went in. For me, that's how I like my story was.
Yeah.
She went in and
Yeah.
choked her out.
Yeah, if you find that picture, she has the wedding ring. Like,
Yep,
you
yep,
ask her,
yeah.
she's like, "Oh, I used to wear a wedding ring."
I hit her with like a ton of shit. Like she had
Same.
like 3 things at the end.
I hated her too. Like as soon as you find like her kid, you're like, "Oh, this bitch, she's going down."
That's why she was gone for like a year.
Yep.
But Grace Bloodlines is also One Last Kiss.
Yeah, I guess
Like
Lauren wouldn't
her
have
soul.
figured that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, did you know that, Lauren?
No, like I said, I never even seen that person.
Her design's cool. She's like a Day of the Dead girl.
Yep.
No, she's also the island's exorcist.
Was
Yep.
Was.
That's what it was. Yeah.
But who did you pin for that one, Lauren?
Which one are we talking about?
The
The
Grace
murder of
Bloodlines
Grace
murder.
Bloodlines.
Bloodlines murder.
I'm trying to think. Would she had that?
I
She didn't
don't
talk to the ghost.
know.
I mean, I think you get it. when
I
you-
didn't.
I don't know.
I never opened up Henry's safe at all.
Well, that you would have to talk to him to do.
Right. But he told me no, he won't tell me.
Yeah, and then if you hang out with him, he eventually is like, you know what, you're not that bad. Here's
Yeah, you're
the
not
safe
that bad."
combination.
Yeah, so I never got into it. I don't think I had that question.
Well, that would have been
Gotcha.
for a different one. That would have been for the last case.
Well, yeah, the whole book and the safe thing would have been for the.
But Grace
Possession.
Bloodlines is like a murder from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
cold case.
It's the first murder of.
And I'm
Henry.
wondering if
Second, technically. Killed his
yeah,
mom.
technically, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
had that
yeah.
question.
yeah, you might not have had it because if she never seen, I think you get it from
From One Last Kiss.
yeah, when you first run into her.
Because you're supposed to go to like the grave or whatever,
to her.
and then she kind of pops up, and then you can talk to her. And then she kind of talks about all the stuff.
Yeah, that's who you go to for like answering questions about like the demons and
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Warren didn't have that one, I guess.
Yeah.
What's next?
It's who killed the Holy Seal marshals, like the 2 marshals up on the
Oh.
bridge.
I picked Grand Marshal.
It's Gray Marshall because she swapped him out for prisoners.
Yeah, prisoners.
Yep.
and she
Yep.
like you knew she was like in it. Then you inspect her. Like if you get her to inspect your her blade, it matches like her actual blade, not the one Henry stole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matches it.
Yeah, it was
It's like all
damaged.
ragged,
Yeah.
damaged. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just Henry. Chose Henry.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? What did Henry do to you?
Just didn't like his attitude.
I
Oh,
loved his attitude.
Yeah.
Same.
Um, what's after that one, Dan?
that's the one. It's KHX is missing.
Okay, so we talked about that one already.
Yep.
Yeah. Yuri
And then-
bitch ass.
The next trial, it's the second Holy Seal. Like you go through who broke through the second Holy Seal.
Which
Yeah, I picked Lydia for that one.
I also picked Lydia.
Trying to think. I either picked Lydia or I picked Yuri.
I picked Yuri.
I picked either Yuri or the son because he already admitted
'Cause
by that
he
point.
unlocks that one control panel there, which was like at the South Beach or whatever. That's what made me. Yeah, that's why I chose him.
Yeah, because whenever you pick Yuri, he kind of confesses to it all because
Yeah.
I've already picked him for other things, and he brings up that he brought Camilla's son through the seals.
Yep.
Yeah, he kind of gives you, because with Lydia, she also rats out Yuri.
Yeah, she rats out Yuri and the witness.
Yeah, because the witness gets the copy
The job
of it.
they had. Yeah,
Yeah,
they had the
it's-
job.
And Lydia, there's tire tracks at the top of the cliff by it, and you can remote access it. So that's how she opened it
Yeah,
up.
she grappled down. You find her knife at the very bottom. Like, so when they broke the hatch open, it fell out.
Yeah, so she like tells you like, yeah, it was a job. She had to take the killer demon like lockbox.
Yeah, she didn't know what she was taking into the penthouse.
No, but that she said she did it, and then Sam also helped her
Yeah, which
because he's like, if you're gonna kill my love, then like I don't want to be alive anymore. He's pretty romantic guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is the third seal after that?
The third seal is next. That's one
Sure.
where you need the blood lock. You need like the blood of a council member.
Yeah.
And they usually all go in at the same time. Like no council member goes in by themselves.
Yeah, I picked Sam for this one
Same.
because he had
Same.
that vial of blood.
That was same.
Yeah.
Because he stole it from the doctor.
Well, which it's funny because I guess he takes blood because he's a skeleton. I don't remember their definition for that.
It's
But
blood
that time he-
transfusion.
Yeah, and then he stole that whatever it's got.
Yeah. Because he was keeping it in his like distillery in the dead zone.
The dead zone.
But like witness gets thrown in there at some point. So I think for this one I
Yeah.
had multiples.
Like multiple people with evidence, or
Yeah, well, multiple people ended up being convicted because they started ratting each other out.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
it's like he got in, like Sam got in, the son got in because he's like he has blood of whatever that
Yeah.
guy's name is, and then witness because he conspired the whole thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then what is next is the fourth seal.
It's the
Yeah.
fourth seal, where you need the flesh of a god.
You just
You need to
yeah,
be
you
like
just-
godliness.
yeah, which I picked Sam again.
Oh, I did Carmela's son because he had that flesh from the god like sewn onto him.
Don't do him. Yeah.
Same.
Is that who?
Did you guys go talk? Did you guys go talk to the god?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then after he talks to you, he's like, "All right, I'm done with you. You're boring."
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
I like at one point you're like, did they die? And he's like, or he said something. He's like, oh, they're all dead. He just, I was like, wow.
Yeah, he's the last god, is what they talk about, that hasn't like left their paradise. which is
Yeah,
like Witness's whole motive, because he's like, you're betraying the gods. That's why they're all leaving. Everyone's off the path.
Mhm.
And then is
I
that
don't
it?
know. I don't remember who I picked for this. It was either Sam or it was Camilla's son. I think it was Camilla's son. I'm pretty sure is who I picked.
Well, Sam just kind of talked like why I ended up picking him is I had the evidence against him, and then if you picked him for the one before, he basically admits when you first do it, he admits going all the way and dropping off the box.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, I picked him again. Like,
Well, what he have? Like he had flesh too. He had like somebody's arm.
but yeah,
Something.
you found
Well, I
you
don't
find a
think he had
lump of
anyone's harm, but I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
don't
sure
think-
he got the flesh from Witness. Witness
Yeah.
gave him the flesh.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
yeah, and it was in his like desk area room.
Yeah.
And then like him and Lydia dropped off the box, so it was like okay.
Yeah. Which the next case is the mystery of the dead killer demon.
Which was Witness.
Yeah.
Yeah, Witness is the one I picked as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he called that number on his cell phone that opened it up at that precise time or whatever.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
like
at midnight.
yeah, and they call out like Lydia's like black box with whatever, and they're like, "Yep." He's like, "Oh, that's the one Witness had us take in there."
Pretty interesting, like little thing though. I enjoy that.
yeah,
It was that, and then the last one is just
And
the,
then the last one is just the crime to end all crimes.
which is the sun. Is we already talked about that.
Yeah, the sun. Yeah.
All right, well that's all the cases.
is there not one more that's?
And then it's
Camilla for-
basically like you reveal the conspiracies.
Oh, okay, and then that's where
And
I
then
was
the
like, I was like, I never
punishments is where you kind of where it's
murder
like
everybody.
this person gets executed, this person is saved, this person gets executed.
Yeah, I loved when it said "saved demon killer demon."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
Well, I mean, he's dead. I didn't really save him.
Yeah, it made me laugh real hard.
I just didn't rub his name through the mud, you know.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he just did his job, man. Like,
Also,
well, he didn't even do a job. He just was kidnapped and thrown in a box.
Henry was gonna die anyway.
Yeah,
They were gonna kill him regardless.
yeah, he was gonna be left there. Yeah,
Yeah, like most of the time I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna pick Henry.
well, that dude's been like framed and like what you get everywhere. It's like he's been framed. He's been in a coma state for what 10 years.
Yeah, they've been drugging him,
Yeah, the incubator or whatever.
Yeah.
but
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, or you want to move on?
Yeah, I think we're good.
I mean, yeah, good. We can move on.
All right. So every episode we go around and find out how long it took us to complete the game. Starting with Lauren, how long did it take you to finish Paradise Killer?
9 hours, 23 minutes.
I was 12 and a half hours exactly.
Mine
hours.
was
8 hours, 11 minutes. I played on the Switch.
8 hours, 11 minutes. What about you, Dan?
it was close to 11 hours. It was like 10 hours and like 48 minutes or something like that.
Steam says 9.6.
Nice. So I was a little further than most everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found myself just roaming around trying to find like all the blood crystals.
Yep.
it took me forever to find like. So one of my biggest gripes I had was I didn't know I already drank enough of the soda to go get the worship thing.
Yeah.
So I just kept. I think I went and almost collected every single one. I'm sure I'm missing one because they're hard. But like, I went back there and checked that broken one. I was like, oh man, how long have I had this?
They call you and tell you.
Yeah.
I didn't get a call that said I got it.
Yeah, they call you and they're like, oh, like there's this vending machine that's in a warehouse and it's broken, but because it's jammed with something, they're like, but you can have whatever's inside of it.
Oh, maybe I probably got that call right after I left that area and then just forgot.
But all right, before we head into the last section of the episode, is there anything else you guys want to talk about for Paradise Killer?
Nope. We're good. We covered everything.
How long did it take you guys to find the dash?
Not that long.
I never got it.
Lauren, what?
Feel bad for you, Lauren.
I was
Yeah.
I was probably like 5 or 6 hours in, and then got it.
Yeah, listen, Dan came in my room and seen me playing, and he goes, "Oh, like, you didn't get the dash?" I was like, "No, I didn't know that was a thing." And then he's like, "Well, why aren't you running?" I was like, "I am running." He's like, doesn't look like it." And then I stopped, and it was like barely moving. He's like, "Oh my god, that's so slow."
Yeah.
The dash makes life so much easier.
The dash
Oh,
is so
yeah.
good. The double jump really didn't bother me. Like I got that after the dash, and at that point, I was like, the dash works well enough. I did like that there was no fall damage. It like
Yeah.
that was amazing.
You just jump from the
Agreed.
mountaintops.
Did you guys get luck? Like, did you have to respawn at all?
Like, oh yeah,
Fall into the
yeah.
water.
Yeah, I fell in the water.
Well,
No, I got
Well,
stuck under this bridge.
You get
yeah, I
stuck
got
under a
stuck in
bridge.
between a building and a fence. Like I
I
couldn't
just couldn't
move.
get
I
up.
couldn't
I couldn't
jump.
get
or
up.
anything.
I didn't have the dash yet either. So I just was locked in this area, and I was like, shit.
Well, I was stuck in like a permanent state. Like it was considered me like still falling,
Oh no.
but I was like
Oh.
wedged in between a wall.
I was
So
just
it's like
in
I
a,
couldn't do anything. I had to actually respawn.
no, I had to respawn. Like I had to force a respawn, but I just couldn't move. I couldn't jump. I mean I could move, but like I couldn't get out. Everything was
Yeah.
too high and it was like a square.
Did you guys help the ghost of like some of the citizens that were there?
I think I helped
Only
all.
like I
that I
didn't help
saw.
the vampire guy. All but the vampire.
I think I helped them all too.
I probably had his whatever he needed and then just forgot.
Probably
Because he was the only thing left.
because I think you found it in the doctor's clinic.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I talked to him in the beginning and then I don't think I ever went back. And then his like emblem for like the hand thing was like the only thing I think I had left. Or was it a hand? Whatever. I feel like there was something over there. I just didn't go.
Yeah, because there was like the vampire. There was the guy that needed the jewel that he dropped at the park.
Yeah. Then the badge for the guy that
Worked.
well,
at
that gives you a starlight, so that's like a main or
Right.
yeah, starlight upgrade. So that was like a main quest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought those were
Then
kind of neat. Just little side
The girl
things.
that sends you the farm. So yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
All right, let's go into recommendation. Each episode we go around and find out if we would recommend this game and why or why not. So starting with Dan, would you recommend this game and why or why not?
I would recommend it. I think it was worth the money. Like I enjoyed it. I thought the characters are kind of nice to talk to. You know, they kind of had their own little charming self to them. Yeah.
All right, Tony.
No, I would not recommend it. I didn't care for the music. I listened to my own music while I was playing the Switch. I didn't care for like movability. Like, yeah, once you got the dash, it was easier to move. But like Lauren said, she thought she was running, but Dan's like, no, you're just walking very fast. Like without the dash, it was just I don't know. I just didn't care for it. That's why pretty much why I just executed everybody just to get through the game.
Lauren.
Yeah, I would. It's one of those things where when I first started out, being first person made me a little nauseous till I got used to it. I'm not gonna
There was a whole bunch of like settings for motion sickness. I don't
That's
know if you
alright.
went through
It,
that.
it ended up being fine after I got used to it. But so at the beginning I was like, man, this seems like it's just gonna be a lot of like running. But the more I started playing and the longer I got into it and the more people I talked to, the more I actually enjoyed like how everything contradicts each other.
Mhm.
Like the whole time I'm going, I think it was this person that did this, and then I would get some evidence that I thought somebody else did it. So it kept me kind of using my brain the whole time, which is something I really like in games. So I would definitely recommend it.
What about you, Tonsa? You this was your game, so
Yeah, I 100% recommend this game. I bought it forever ago, even though it ended up being on Game Pass and like whatever, ends up being worth its money. I enjoyed it. It's unique. It's very aesthetically like weird and awesome. Like everything was so vibrant and cool. Like it looked so different. It's different from when I normally play. I had a good time. The only thing I was expecting was like it to be not as, I mean, I guess it wasn't a linear ending, but it a little bit is, like, because once you get all the evidence, it's like you already have crafted a story so far, and then once you get the evidence, it's like, okay, it's that person. I thought we'd be a little bit indifferent on things. Then I played it and I was like, okay, we're gonna probably have a lot of overlapping like characters and stuff during the trial. But yes, recommend anybody that likes this. Well, even just play it. It's weird.
I also would recommend it. I didn't know at first. I was kind of in the same boat with Lauren. I didn't get the motion sickness, but I was kind of just like, this is a little weird. I didn't kind of know what to expect. And then once you start talking to people and it's like, okay, I think it's this person. And then you're like, well, there's this other crime too. And it's like, did they also do that? Did someone else do that? And then at one point before I had all the evidence, I was like, everyone on this island is corrupt. It's all of them.
Yeah.
They all did it. Every one of them did it.
Yeah.
That's I feel like that was the point of this game.
So I really enjoyed that, and I like the way it looks. I like the Danganronpa look where it's 2D when you're in dialogue and 3D while you're outside of that. And I'm always down for a murder mystery, man.
Yeah,
I love stuff like that. The more I played it, the more I was talking it up, like on Twitter and like in other people's like Twitch chats. I was like, "Oh, I'm playing this game," and they're like, "I don't know what that is," and I'm like, "Check it out because it's pretty neat. It's something that I normally wouldn't play. Like that's not something I would look at and be like, "Oh, I'll play this." But now that I did, I can give it the recommendation, and I think everyone should give it at least a shot, even if you don't like it. Like just give it a bit.
Also, can I just add for the motion sickness thing? I don't know if the difference is that I'm playing on a 49-inch monitor.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Did
what makes you
Did
sick.
you did you also turn did you turn motion blur off?
No, I did not touch any settings. In my game.
I can't play any game with motion blur. I couldn't. I turned it off immediately when I came in this game because it was like real weird looking.
Right, I just think that because I was playing it and like the whole screen is in all of my peripheral basically.
Yeah. Oh, this game would be crazy if your field like your like
Yeah,
because the way your monitor is set up. Yeah, I understand
for
that.
sure. So it looked really good. Even a lot of games, depending upon what they are, don't look great on it. And the fact that they just look stretched, but this one looks like it was meant to be played on it. So
I can
it
see
looked really good. It's just it kind of until I got used to it, it was a little weird.
That big screen sabotaging you, Lauren.
Yeah, sometimes.
All right. Towards the end of each episode, we dive into the review page of Steam and read some reviews for the game we're playing in a segment called Good, Bad, and Funny. For every game, we dive into the Steam review dungeon and find a good review, a bad review, and a review that we found funny. Tony is going to read us some reviews.
So the bad review tries way too hard to be different and bizarre, if that makes any sense. But the OST is crazy. Bravo. Was a bad review. Played the game for 56 hours.
Yeah, I don't know how people.
All
I think that people just leave stuff open on Steam.
right. So, good review. There's no reason not to play this game. Take a look at your Steam library. Do you own this game? No, you're an idiot.
Love
Well,
that.
that's pretty direct, huh?
Yeah.
They played the game for 21 hours.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Weird review. The music slaps. The exploration fun as hell. Zero complaints on my end, and enjoy getting lost as hell. Only played the game for 13 hours.
That's probably start to finish. That's roughly where I was
Yeah.
at.
Interesting.
Was there any other reviews from anyone else, or?
I like this one. That's a free roaming Danganronpa on acid.
Okay.
That's all the review was.
Is it good, bad?
Oh, it's a good one. Yeah, positive. And then another one, positive. That's boy. I wish I could play this game for the first time again.
It seemed, from what I could tell, like it's reviewed very positively.
Yeah, I mean it's got a 9 from your big companies too, which is a little shocking.
Yeah, because it's different. They usually like to bash on different things. But all right, Tony.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead, Dan.
I want to read these ones, man.
What'd you find?
What'd you find?
So there's these two funny ones that I thought were pretty funny. This one is a negative review with 0.2 hours. I was really bored. I wish there was 0 text and no story in just girls. Same.
Okay.
This other one was recommended with 11 hours. A guy was mean to me, so I got him convicted for 5 different crimes.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
It was
This
probably
one-
Yuri too.
Yeah,
It
you're
probably
right.
was.
He's the worst.
This one's recommended. It says, when in blind and peeking on shrooms, barely understood anything. It ruled.
That'd be such a that'd be a hard experience. So vibrant, you probably couldn't even look at your screen. It was so bright.
I don't know. I'm not for that. I'm good on all that. All right, good.
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 All right. Tony has the pick for the month of July. So Tony is going to tell everyone what game we're playing and why he chose it.
So, I completely forgot this game existed. It is an Xbox One first release exclusive, Rise Son of Rome. Played it right when the Xbox came out. I want to see if it still holds up. I thought it was a great game when Xbox One first came out. The game is only like 6 hours long, and you can get it for pretty cheap. So I just kind of want to see if it still holds up to. It's like I think it is 10 years old, if not 9. It came out in 2013 November, so it's like 8.5 years old. So I want to see if it holds up.
Was this, you said it's Rise? What is
Son
it?
of Rome.
Son
Yeah,
of Rome.
Son of
Okay.
Rome. Yeah, it's RYSE when you look it up.
Currently, it's on sale for $249 on Steam.
All
Yeah.
right, I will have to grab that one.
And I'm pretty sure it's an Xbox exclusive, so I don't have Game Pass, so it might be on Game Pass. I don't know.
I couldn't find it on Game Pass.
Okay, so I mean it's $2.99 on Steam.
That's not bad.
All right, well.
I've already beat this game.
Oh, well, you get to beat
Well,
it
you
again.
still have to play it again.
No, that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
All right.
All right.
Great. I had a lot of fun today talking about Paradise Killer on NLGC. But before we go, we wanted to share where you can find us online.
First, we have a YouTube channel called NerdLag where we'll be uploading some great content. So make sure to subscribe for the latest videos. We have a Facebook page at NerdLag Game Club. Make sure to like the page so you can get the latest news about the podcast. You can also find us over on Twitter at NerdLag, where we share some of the latest gaming news and stuff we find interesting. And lastly, we have a Discord at NerdLag, where you can talk to us in voice chat and join in some discussion about everything nerdy, like video games, anime, movies, and chat with like-minded people. If you'd like to join, ask for an invite. We also want to thank everyone that tuned in for this episode. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you share it with your friends. And also follow us on Spotify. It really helps.
On to the final credits. At the end of each episode, we kind of just go around and talk about what's going on in our life, any video game news we want to talk about, what we've been playing, or just whatever. Is there anything that anyone wants to talk about?
Me and Dad finished The Forest. I think we were working on that the last podcast. Or
We might
did
have
we-
finished it the last podcast. I think.
I don't
Could be
remember where we were at because we like binged that. Now we're binging The Raft. Besides Me.
Yeah.
having to not force myself, but play Paradise Killer all yesterday instead of playing The Raft.
Yeah.
Did that update
Spanling
already?
7 Seas.
Yeah, it came out this Monday.
Yes, it was Monday. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
it's labeled as the final chapter, but I'm not sure if the game's over or what.
is it noticeable changes? Like, did they add?
Yes.
Well, so me and Dan keep coming back at like different points. So every time we come back, there's new stuff.
Yeah, we always start like a new raft and kind of start over. With this last update, they included like voice acting for all the story stuff. I think they changed a couple of like the dialogue stuff for the story stuff. They added new areas, new characters, stuff like that, new cosmetics, kind of place on your raft.
I only see. I don't. Did you stream that one, Dan? I think you did one night, right?
Yeah, the first time we played. Yes.
I didn't notice anything, but I obviously haven't played it, so I don't know.
Well, you also
Yeah.
watched when we were at the beginning. Like we're finally like farther than we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hang it up, come back to it, start a new raft.
No, I think having Adam there helps us.
Yeah.
Like having a third person. Valorant just got a new update, so I want to play that.
Yep. New map.
All right, Dan Silver.
Yeah, right.
Silver now.
That's what we gotta aim for. Get our
One day.
bronze.
I'm still doing my GameCube stuff. Went through Mario Power Tennis. Went through Rayman Arena, which I don't know if I'd done that one last time. Finished Yu-Gi-Oh! Falspawn Kingdom, and I'm currently playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So still moving along.
Ooh. Speaking of that, we should play the new Turtles, like Shredder's Revenge, on Game Pass.
I've seen it.
We could all play that.
I think it's only like 3 hours long because I was about to pick that for the game, but I was like, that's probably a little bit too short.
I have no idea. It's on my list to play, but if we could all play it, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Lauren, was there anything?
Nothing game wise, I guess. Just been watching anime like usual, and Books a Million still doing their buy two get one free for manga. So I had picked up like 12 different ones last time we went, which was what, like Monday or something?
Something like
Whatever
that.
day I was working. Yeah, I worked Monday, so.
Yeah, and then we'll be going and stopping there tomorrow when we're out shopping and getting food, and there's a convention going on, so we'll stop by that too.
I'll be at work. So.
All off.
I can't. I'm pretty sure yesterday when they asked me to come in, but we were like looking at the car and stuff. I'm pretty sure somebody quit.
Oh.
And just no call, no show, just done.
What about you, Tony? Anything besides the
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played anything since I streamed Fortnite with my nephew, was that 3 or 4 weeks ago? I haven't played anything other than this game on the Switch at night. I've just been so busy.
Well,
I don't have anything else.
Fortnite.
Fork knife.
Fortnite. They just came out with something new too, I think, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I only log in whenever he wants to play, and that's it.
You didn't become a Fortnite goon.
No.
Hell yeah.
No, I just play with him just because I don't get to see them all that often, and that's what they want to play. 'Cause they don't want to play anything that I enjoy playing, so I just play what they want to play. And both of them don't have PlayStation Plus, so you can't play Borderlands 3 with. I can't play Borderlands 3 with the both of them.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know you could play online without PlayStation Plus. So
That's what I'm saying. They both don't have it. Only the one has it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like taking turns.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right. I had fun having this little extra time at the end of this episode, but I think it's time for us to install the next game and get ready for the next episode. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right. See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Later.